Hello, investors, and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. We're going to talk about Orpheum one more time to close the week out. We're also going to talk about general market conditions and 8 stock picks that you should put on your radar. This is only going to take about 5 minutes. And from looking at my analytics for YouTube, I've only got about 4 minutes of your time. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go straight into the chart and look at Orpheum. You can see here it's flat on Yahoo Finance, pretty much trading across the $8 range. But this morning when the news initially came out, it went down to $6. Some people could have seen that as an opportunity to average down in their position. And at opening of the market at 9:30, I believe this was trading up around the $9 range, the mid to low $9 range. They could have sold out of their position if they averaged down far enough. So what I said in my video, is this a buy on Monday? I said this is potentially a buy in the $9 range, and it already went up twice. So it went up to that 1,400% range, and then it went up again because the event was the FDA approval. Now, if FDA clearance came through, it was going to go up again, but we did see a surge in the stock about 130%. It wasn't the $50, $60, $70 range where some people might have expected it to go or hoped it was going to go. But you could tell by the charts, if you did a chart comparison, the time in which it made those levels. So at 9:30, it was around, or 9:50, it was around $19. Around 1:10 p.m., it was around $30. It wasn't reaching those levels on the second push towards FDA approval. Then we didn't get the FDA notice on the 17th. So everyone was asking what was up. And, this morning on the 18th, we did get the news, and it wasn't what a lot of people wanted. So there were several things you could have done to make money on this play. You could have bet on it going down. We knew that it went down twice already. So I was recommending to people on this channel, play the downside. Since they opened up options when I first talked about the stock, the options plays weren't even open. So they responded after June 10th when this ran up. The company was not aware of any material change in its clinical development programs, financial conditions, or results of operation. Basically, in this last line, they reiterated the fact that there could be price volatility trading, and investors who purchase, there's potential for significant loss. So everyone knew they were taking a risk. The ownership breakdown, you can see the general public increased to 60%, and institutions is only 25%. If you look at the initial video that I did, we didn't have the same ownership breakdown. Now they left a lot of general public with the bags. So you got to be careful with this play. On their website, you can see the latest announcement, and not to go into too much of that detail, they were disheartened by the outcome, and they expect to do some shifting of, making sure that they're prioritizing this and reducing some of their costs. So they know they're burning money, and they plan on placing this as a priority. Now let's talk about the general market conditions, and this is what I do. I wanted to share this with you. I have a subscription to SiriusXM, and I like specifically channel 112 or 112, CNBC. It gives me snippets when I'm driving around. You have the option, if you're busy, you can't keep up with the market all the time, you can listen to this channel, and it'll notify you of things that are skyrocketing and things that are going down. Those events, especially those events where things are going down dramatically, I would say pay attention to those. So this week was not friendly from the Fed, and I've talked about inflation before in my channel, and the rate hike that the Fed talked about, specifically James Bullard, late in 2022, where we seen this week that the market responded to those comments. So this was a painful week. There was definitely some opportunity to make some money. And in closing, lastly, what I wanted to talk about was the 8 picks that I wanted to put on your radar, why I believe they are things that you should watch for, and I wanted to talk about price targets. So Apple, of course, and these are in order of the least risky play to the most risky play. And we'll start off with Apple. Very consistent, stable stock. I like this around 125. And with Apple being the software company that is big into apps with the autonomous driving, I see people in their cars eventually with, productivity, wanting to do other things than drive. So how are they going to spend that time? And who's better poised with them not only developing a vehicle and, having 1,000 engineers, and even Elon Musk made a comment about, it's not a secret. This company is undervalued, I believe, right now at their current price, and you should keep them on your radar. The second one is leading up to EV adoption and the infrastructure. I've talked about this on my channel before. I like PTRA. It's a recent ticker symbol change from ACTC. So in my channel, you'll see that I've done ACTC videos before, but PTRA, I like them in the $14 range. If you see this start to decline and it touches that $14 range, I would start a position or add to my position, because the infrastructure bill will get passed, even if it's in chunks, by the Democrats, and this is a stock that will benefit from that. People that are buying buses, they've already purchased them. They're purchasing more, so I like what I'm seeing there. This Wish stock, I downloaded this app. It's cheap Chinese stuff, or stuff from China, made in China, that you download the app, and it's absolutely annoyed me since I've downloaded it. But I wanted to get some exposure, but people are talking about this stock. I don't think that this should be any surprise. If you don't have context logic incorporated on your radar, this one is undervalued. I would say that this is a buy in the $11 range. Anything under 12, I would say add to your position, and you can see it's 7% up. So this one could go to 18 pretty quickly. The next one, I talked about this in the comments when people ask me what I would do now. I like Baidu, BIDU, because they are the Google of China. China's massive, and I see with autonomous driving, them becoming a major player in China. Not only that, but cloud investment. I see that, these material investments are going to be recognized, and I think that they've undervalued the stock. It's sitting at 310. I would say here to not buy the stock, I would buy an option for the end of the year. And you want to look at your option volume trading. Just don't buy any one of the options, but go into those options and see which ones are trading and look for those volume. And I think that's a great buy. Prevention Bio. Now, you may say, Randy, I just got burned. I'm a bag holder, and I do not want another stock that is a potential FDA approval. But I have a lot more faith in this stock, and I know I'm putting my name out there on this one, but the research that I've done, I think this one is going to pass. So there is definitely a chance from the limited research that I've done that this will not pass FDA approval, but put this one on your radar. In the $8 range, I believe this is a buy. This is one that could get a lot of volatility leading up to the announcement of FDA approval. So if you want to get in early, last time, you can sell much earlier, buy the event, and don't wait for the FDA approval. I don't care the outcome. I just want to take some profits. So that ticker symbol, PRVB, I promise to do a more in-depth video on this one. I'll try and get that done this weekend. Once again, thank you for the new subscriptions. I'm going to do more of these videos as the popularity of the channel increases. Sundial Growers, SNDL. I like this one because of the statement that Amazon came out with, and they talked about warehouse workers and HR and how, they would probably change some of their rules. And federal adoption, Mexico's adopted legalization of plants, and I'm not trying to promote anything on this channel. And then Canada legalized. There's going to be more federal adoption, legalization, review, and as that happens, and what they've done to improve their company and do these joint ventures, and the way that the CEO is making investments, in Q3, I really expect there to be massive growth from this company from where we sit now. Now, what I would say on this one is the 70 cent range. I think you might have an opportunity. This one might cool down a little bit, but if it gets into the 70 cent range, I would buy an option for that week and I would exercise that option and make sure I've got the money to get a 50 cent option, and I would exercise it because I believe this is going to be something that you want to get in at 50 cents. And that is a way to exercise your option. You don't hear of too many people doing that, but that's an opportunity. If this dips down to 70 cents, buy those 50 cent call options and make sure you've got the money in your account to exercise it. You get to buy this for 50 cents. So this is one I want you to keep on your radar. Now, cryptocurrency. I use Voyager, and I've got a promo code. If you want free $25 in your account, you can use RAN003E6D. And if you go to my Facebook page, you can hear that again. I'll try and get that up on the screen. But these are the two that I think you should put on your radar. And I would say as crypto becomes regulated, it's good for the shareholders, but it could also cause this to do a massive decline in the market. So be aware that the event of regulating crypto could cause a lot of these to go down. I believe they're relatively low now, but Cardano, this one was at 15 cents at one point. It's sitting at 141. There is a lot of support behind this stock. You can see from the chart here that it's down low. And if you missed out on Dogecoin and you want to get a million of anything, or you want to get 10,000 or 30,000 of something, you know, BitTorrent or BTT, you can trade and find this on Voyager. And those are my two crypto stock ads that I wanted to put on your radar. I believe you could start adding positions at those prices that I talked about. Make sure you look at your analyst ratings and consider adding these to your watch list and to your portfolio. Make sure that you're diversified and do your own due diligence. Don't listen to the price targets that I say, but those are the ones that I want you to go back and take a look at this weekend. And I'll see you in the next video.